existing protocols in place, making masks optional. One board member, Mike Kipp, put a motion forward asking for masks to be required across the district due to high transmission and an increase in cases among students, but ultimately it was voted down. According to their dashboard, there have been 68 new cases among students this week, in addition to more than 100 cases last week. One board member argued that numbers were low across the district and that changing the requirements would cause, quote, real trauma for students. The NAMPA school district has seen a high number of absences since the start of the school year. Well, meanwhile, in northern Idaho, hospital staff operating under crisis standards of care now have some help from a 20-person medical response team from the Department of Defense. The COVID-19 incident commander for Kootenai Health says the team will help fill in some gaps in staffing, improving treatment for patients needing intensive care. The commander expects cases to continue to climb with kids now back in class and many Idahoans now returning home after traveling for Labor Day. If patient volumes begin to decline, the extra resources could help them exit crisis standards of care sooner.
Hoping to be able to provide a little bit of room to breathe so that the folks who have been here fighting the battle against COVID for the last months and year can have a moment to sort of regain some rest and continue the fight alongside us.
Crisis standards of care will remain in effect until there are enough resources, including staffing, hospital beds, and equipment, or a drop in the number of patients to provide normal levels of treatment to all patients who need it. Under this designation, patients are given priority scores based on who is most likely to survive. Well, Idaho Speaker of the House Scott Bedke today telling lawmakers he does not support bringing legislators back to the State House to discuss vaccine mandates among private businesses. In the letter, he stated he cannot support going into session with an open-ended agenda and that it would be a waste of taxpayer money. He added if there were a narrow piece of legislation with unequivocal support among House and Senate members, then he would coordinate to bring the entire legislature into session to address a mutually supported draft bill. A handful of private businesses, including the three largest healthcare systems in the Treasure Valley, are already requiring vaccinations against COVID-19 for all employees, but there is no statewide mandate. Still ahead on Idaho News 6, the Broncos take on the UTEP Miners tomorrow night on the blue turf. After the break, what you need to know before heading out to catch that home opener.
And coming up in my forecast shortly, thunderstorms will be on our doorstep tomorrow morning and coming through during the day tomorrow. Find out exactly when, how it might affect the football game or whatever plans you have for your Friday. That's all coming up shortly.
This is Idaho News 6.
The Boise State Broncos play their first home game of the Andy Avalos era tomorrow night when UTEP comes into town. Fans have the opportunity to cheer on the Broncos on the blue in person for the first time in a long time, of course, because of the pandemic. Boise State is coming off that 36-31 loss at UCF a week ago, and they hope the energy from the home crowd will give them a boost as Avalos goes for his first victory as head coach.
It's not the biggest stadium, but it is one of the loudest venues that even I've ever played in or coached in, including SEC stadiums and NFL stadiums. And it's unique that way.
Boise State has almost sold out tickets for the first game, but there are still some available. Well, on these rare Friday games, parking can get a little bit crazy. Parking enforcement officers will be patrolling the campus and nearby neighborhoods, and they want people to remember to park legally or risk a pricey ticket. Remember, you probably should not park in Julia Davis or any of the other Greenbelt parks. Any cars left overnight will be towed. And there are some ways to avoid the parking headaches altogether. The free shuttle downtown is available again this year. Game day shuttles start up to 2 hours before kickoff and have pickup locations scattered around downtown Boise. Those buses run every 15 minutes and will start back up right after the game ends. You can also save some hassle by parking in a garage. After a rough 2020, Bronco Nation can show some solidarity by wearing solid colors at this year's home games. If you're heading out to the stadium to catch the game live, the game against UTEP will be a whiteout. Boise State enters 2021 with a streak of 23 consecutive winning seasons and 19 straight home opener wins. Kickoff tomorrow night is at 7:30 on the Blue, and a reminder, fans who attend the game are required to wear masks while inside Albertson Stadium.
Coming up in my forecast, we'll take a look at the Bronco cast to let you know what you can expect. I think during tailgate time, it could be a little iffy as far as the weather goes, but by the time the game comes around, will it be raining? We'll talk about that forecast, plus your plans for the weekend. Well, I've got the forecast going through Sunday, coming up next.
Meteorologist Scott Dorval with the Idaho News 6 forecast.
Well, the smoke really thickened today, especially in central Idaho. Very noticeable with some of the indices, the air quality index up in the red category over 150. It's visibility trying to improve a bit, in the lower elevations looking from Bogus Basin, but still having a rough time and very smoky and hazy off in the distance. Hard to see Boise from Meridian area. And same story in the central mountains. Redfish Lake just had a squall go through with some gusty wind there, but still just stirring the smoke around, not really clearing it on out. This morning, you see that huge veil of smoke pushing in. It starts to disperse, but there's a huge plume of smoke developing right here. There's a fire right here, and watch in the afternoon here, clouds go overhead, but then as you see this V shape here, that is all smoke pushing to the north, so there'll be more smoke going to the north. But what's interesting is the chart here. First of all, we'll take a look at the air quality index, which last hour was 128, so we're well into the orange category. It has dropped a little bit. Going to tomorrow morning, you see kind of a break in the smoke here, and with some rain coming in, that may disperse whatever smoke there is there. So that's a nice looking break coming on in. That's for Friday. We go into Saturday. There's a plume trying to head on in. Looks like it's coming across the Treasure Valley, but a good chance for clearing in the central mountains, the west central mountains especially. Right now, we've got showers and thunderstorms in central Oregon. These are mostly going to pass by our region, but there's a stray shower that could push into the western valley, maybe around Hell's Canyon. But tomorrow, we're going to get a redevelopment of storms. There'll probably be some severe weather in eastern Oregon, but in southwest Idaho, we just have the chance for some thunderstorms as our high pressure ridge has moved off to the east. And here we go from the west, energy coming in from the west here, moisture coming in from the south. And this is going to sweep through southwest Idaho. And that's what's going to be bringing us a chance of some showers and storms. I've been looking at the timing of things. I'll tell you this, by the middle part of the day tomorrow, this is about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, wind whipping through, maybe as early as 12:30, 30 miles an hour, gust of 50 down here. So we're going to have some wind out ahead of the showers and storms that will be coming in. So don't be caught off guard. Wind and blowing dust is likely during the middle part of the day tomorrow. Then after that, a chance for some showers coming in, but the wind will calm down during the evening tomorrow. This will just be kind of a midday thing. So here's tomorrow morning. At 10 o'clock in the morning, we have there's still a chance for a couple of isolated showers, otherwise just a lot of cloud cover. This is midday. We're going to go every 2 hours now. Midday, the main storms are still to the south and west. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, same story. You see a line forming here. Now, if this is the timing, it wouldn't be until around 4 o'clock that we have that coming through Canyon County and then whipping through the Treasure Valley or the Boise area fairly quickly. And by 6 o'clock, it's all gone to the north and to the east with just a little chance for some isolated showers. Sprinkles are trying to come in towards the late evening. So this thing may pass through as early as 5 o'clock in the evening and be done with. So for the football game, I've got a chance for storms at 5 o'clock for tailgate time. And then I've got the clearing skies. The wind should settle down. It's going to be cool. So that whiteout, it might be better be a wet sweatshirt, a white sweatshirt, because you're talking about temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. So it's going to stay cool for this game. We won't have the heat that we've been having lately. And with that sun going down, that temperature drops quickly. 72 with showers in the McCall area, and then a beautiful weekend. 71 on Saturday, 73 during the day on Sunday. Forecast coming up for the Treasure Valley coming up for tomorrow. No more 90s. Look at this. We're going to replace it with 70s. That is it. Mid-70s tomorrow. Huge change. Clouds. We're going to break up the smoke. Watch out for those roaring winds coming through midday. Some thunderstorms following behind that with temperatures only in the 70s. Mid-70s in Garden Valley as well. And in the west central mountains, we could really see numerous showers and storms whipping on through the region with high temperatures likely around 72 degrees in the McCall area. Extended forecast. We go from 76 Friday. Sunshine over the weekend. Art in the park, whatever you've got planned outdoors looks great. 80 to 84 light wind, a nice weekend ahead, and temperatures are going to stay comfortable all the way into next week. Look at this. Might even drop to 75 by next Thursday, Karen, this time next Thursday. So the heat. Today's it, and then we're done.
Hey, that sounds great to me. Thank you, Scott. Well, coming up here on Idaho News 6, if you get sick, you may go straight to the doctor, but that's not as easy as it sounds for a lot of Americans. Up next, we'll meet one group who's bringing a healthcare solution straight to those in need. Tonight we continue our Two Americas series. It isn't about pitting one side against the other. Instead, it's about shedding light on stories that showcase different perspectives and solutions. In Two Americas, we're highlighting the America you know and the America you might not. Well, tonight we're taking on the cost of health care. Forrest Sanders shows why a group of traveling doctors and nurses is providing solutions to communities across the country.
It's an exciting enough day that it's hard to sit still for 8-year-old Isaiah. After all, it is a bit urgent she be here.
Somebody ran over my normal glasses. They fell on my backpack.
Someone ran over your glasses?
Mm-hmm.
With what?
A car.
Oh, so Isaiah's here with her sister, 11-year-old Anijah, and mom, Dorisha West.
Did you have the chickenpox when you were little?
Yes.
Cool.
Like everyone walking through these doors, there's a story that brings this family here. They're from Little Springfield, Tennessee, where Dorisha is a teacher's assistant. She's a mom of 5 who is covered by health insurance, but she says the co-pays for her children and herself add up.
Dental pays so much, and then I have to come out maybe $400 or $500, and that's a lot with 5 kids. I wonder sometimes how a lot of people make it work.